The comic book sensation Stealing Solo is back with a brand new edition. The entire fandom menace painted like you've never seen us before, featuring a cover from Anna That Star Wars Girl. Back the comic, get the trading cards, wear the t-shirt, spread the word. Stealing Solo is back, and it's the Fandom Menace edition. Available only until May 2nd on Indiegogo.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Rian Johnson, everybody's favorite Star Wars nobody, is back, desperate for more attention, and this time he has his sights set on the anemic Mandalorian Season 3. Now, Rian Johnson is a man very few of us, i.e. none of us, like. He's responsible for Star Wars The Last Jedi, a film once listed by the New England Journal of Bullshit as the film responsible for an entire generation's loss of innocence, and the film that Joseph Stalin screens in hell at dinner parties. It would be a bit hyperbolic to say that everyone hates The Last Jedi, but it is the measuring stick for bad sci-fi, bad films, and bad luck. The Last Jedi can make any day instantly shit. Today is awesome. I got my stimulus check, I backed Stealing Solo on Indiegogo, and I met the girl of my dreams. But that doesn't matter because Rian Johnson wants to make more Star Wars, and I'm ready to die. Was that over the top? I can never tell. Rian Johnson is Star Wars' deadliest parasite. There's a parasite called Naegleri fowleri, commonly known as the brain-eating amoeba. It's single-celled and free-living, and it thrives in warm bodies of water. This parasite can cause a brain infection and cause meningoencephalitis, which causes severe brain inflammation. The amoeba also causes a whole host of other neurological symptoms and has a fatality rate approaching 100%. That sounds like Rian Johnson with Star Wars. I'm not a scientist, but people are so dumb these days I could probably pass for one. The name I'd give to the Rian Johnson parasite would be Rianus, with emphasis on the anus. It's a parasite that causes a rare brain infection, Johnsonitis, inflammation of your ego caused by The Last Jedi. It's safe to say you can figure out my stance on Rian Johnson and The Last Jedi. They serve me no purpose, except pain. I thought I was free of that pain, but alas, I was wrong. Rian Johnson wants to direct an episode of The Mandalorian. In a recent interview with USA Today's Soraya Wilson, critically acclaimed director, Rian Johnson, who helmed Star Wars The Last Jedi, made it known that he would love to return to that galaxy far, far away. However, rather than a film, Johnson would love to direct an episode of the hit Disney Plus show The Mandalorian. In fact, he's already spoken to co-executive producer Dave Filoni about getting involved. Now hold on a second, there's a lot in this first paragraph. Is there going to be a trilogy? I'll just keep watching and find out. Of course, the chances of Johnson finding time to break away from Knives Out 2 are slim, especially considering Netflix basically gave him all the money to create a franchise out of his popular whodunit. There's also a question as to whether fans would want Johnson to return to their beloved franchise after the very divisive response to The Last Jedi. I'm just going to go ahead and say no. Okay, so you're trolling us again. We get it. You hate us. You hate Star Wars. So why do you keep talking about it like it's the only relevant thing you've done? Rian, walk away from Star Wars and stick with Knives Out. I get it. It's a slow news week. But why are we talking about Rian Johnson on The Mandalorian? He owes us his trilogy. Every Star Wars fan worth his or her salt should be salivating. Yes, salivating at the thought of the Rian Johnson trilogy. I can't think of a more relevant cultural event this side of JFK proclaiming to be a donut. That's real, look it up. So there's a common denominator here that a lot of people aren't piecing together. Soraya Wilson. As of late, she's got all the Rianus scoops. I hope you don't mind the word anus, because I will never not call him Rianus, and anus will never stop being funny. Soraya Wilson, a writer from USA Today, is the common denominator. Back in February, she broke the story that Rian Johnson is still working on his trilogy with a quote that reads, "I'm just going to post this now because I can see that I'm going to get a lot of requests." Yes, Rian's Star Wars trilogy is still on. No dates or timelines because he has other projects going on, but it is happening. That's all I know about it. Soraya, that's more than enough. Too much, actually. So if Rian Johnson's trilogy was such a big deal, why was it reported on in a tweet? I mean, where was the major Baba Wawa caliber interview? Shouldn't he be on the Today Show or at least Good Morning America? Why a tweet based on a charity interview? That's right, she won that right. Talk about a jackpot. Today's news comes from a tweet by Soraya Wilson. I asked Rian if he'd ever considered doing an episode of The Mandalorian. He said he was dying to, but that's for him. It's all about scheduling. He's been writing Knives Out too, and now he's going to go directly into filming it. So it would be a matter of finding time to break away to do it. He said that he has spoken to Dave Filoni about it. He had gone and visited the set during season 1. He had said it was so cool and that I told him I was very jealous. He had seen Baby Yoda months before the reveal. He said it's fascinating seeing the way they're shooting the show. He'd asked if I'd seen the behind-the-scenes stuff. Of course I have. He said he was standing there in that space, and they did this thing where you moved and the camera and the perspective on the screen shifted, and he said, I almost fell over. You get vertigo. It's almost like virtual reality. That's it. Fascinating, and it feels so real when you're standing there. It really is interesting to see how it translates on screen. This sounds like a made-up excuse. Of course I'd love to work on this thing that I royally fucked up. Of course I want to make my life miserable by acting like my Star Wars film was great. Of course they called me. They're huge Last Jedi fans. If The Last Jedi brings nothing but destruction, why would they bring Rian to direct The Mandalorian? They already did Gina Carano dirty, so of course they're going to try to find a way to make us forget about it. What's worse than what Disney did to Gina Carano? Rian Johnson. In what world does Rian coming back to Star Wars seem like a good idea? I know there are infinite crises on this earth, but I'm sure we'll all sleep better at night knowing that Rian Johnson is far, far away from Star Wars. I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of anyone who thinks Rian directing The Mandalorian will be a selling point. Oh cool, I'm barefoot. A moment ago we discussed Soraya Wilson, the USA Today writer stuck with talking to Rian. Call me Pepe Sylvia, but I think I figured something out. This is one of those elaborate troll jobs. I don't know if it's exclusively Rian Johnson, but all of these big stories are just sort of sad. Rian Johnson isn't coming back to direct Star Wars because it's not good for anyone, including Star Wars. Again, I don't know if it's exclusively Rian Johnson, but him making another Star Wars film is worse than anything except Kathleen Kennedy. Is she getting fired? Isn't she getting fired? I've heard about it nonstop since September of 2018, and either Disney is the slowest company in the world at firing someone, or this is just wish fulfillment. Now, I have it on good authority that there are rumblings that Disney is looking to fire Don Knotts from the upcoming Apple Dumpling Gang sequel because of problematic comments he made after he retired from acting and became a landlord. For the younglings in the audience who didn't understand that joke, don't worry. Master Skywalker is on his way to teach you. The Rian Johnson trilogy is the flip side of the Kathleen Kennedy is being fired tomorrow coin. Both are scenarios that aren't happening anytime soon, no matter how often we hear about them. Thankfully, we're being spared the Rian saga because logic has finally won. But can someone do something about Kathleen Kennedy? God, I have asked for very little, but actually if this works, why am I going to waste this shit on Kathleen Kennedy? God, can I have Disney and Aston Martin and Alexandra Daddario? See, that's why I don't ask. I have no impulse control. Give me an inch, I'd take the planet. I'd love to be wrong about the two things I just mentioned. I'd love to see Kathleen Kennedy gone because every decision since 2012 has absolutely sucked. But I'd also like to see Rian Johnson make his trilogy. I'll be able to retire after the third one comes out. Rian is guaranteed to disappoint and piss off the last 35 Star Wars fans willing to pay for his films in theaters. So the last part of all of this is a question, a confusing question. It's all about timing with these people. So Rian Johnson himself has told us that he was on set during The Mandalorian Season 1. He was on set, and he talked to Dave Filoni about directing an episode. Yes, I know Rian Johnson has directed Breaking Bad and things that don't suck. Just don't make Star Wars, dude. It's really easy. Don't want people to talk about Rian Johnson's Star Wars? Don't make Rian Johnson's Star Wars. I can't think of anybody that earnestly wants this. Not a bunch of dicks on the internet trying to be funny and contrarian. No, nobody really legitimately wants this. If your life depended on this, would you honestly say yes? If you're lying, into the garbage chute, flyboy. So the timing, I looked up the timing. Rian Johnson was there in 2018. October of 18 is when they started filming with Pedro Pascal, and that was a month after they started. We have a timeline of Rian Johnson, and then back then, in 2018, when everyone's going on about Rian Johnson, his trilogy was still talked about like it was going to happen. So to me, the Rian Johnson trilogy is the old version of Rian Johnson directing an episode of The Mandalorian. It could happen, but it won't. It's going to be one of those situations where Disney likes to pat itself on the back for, oh, we have all these great progressive directors. What box does Rian Johnson fit? He's not a woman. He's not a man. He's not gay. He's not a member of the LGBT community. He doesn't fit any of those boxes. He's not a minority. He's just a little round-headed troll. That's a first. You know, I want to stop for a second. Let's stop the video. This is progressivism at its finest. Folks, this is how you make the world a better place. So this is what I'm getting at. Rian Johnson was on set in 2018, back when Rian Johnson's name meant anything. We're 3 years removed from when he was on set, and things have changed. The Rise of Skywalker came out and shit the bed. Star Wars isn't that financially viable. Gina Carano got fired for bullshit reasons. There are really no positive outcomes if Rian Johnson is involved in Star Wars. So I say the best thing to do, Get his ass out of there. So, folks, what do you think? What do you think about all of this? Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, Rian Johnson, Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy, Rian Johnson. Just going to say the words and the algorithm's going to pick it up and we're going to have fun with it. But in all seriousness, folks, what do you guys think about this situation? I don't think it's ever happening. As I've made very clear in this video, I don't know how many times I can say it. I don't think we'll see Rian Johnson attached to Star Wars. This is a guy who's going off with his $500 million and he's going to make all these Knives Out movies and Unsolved Mysteries and Making of a Murder, Making of a Jackass. I don't care what he's making. Just don't make Star Wars. Ryan, I wish you nothing but the best, health, happiness, and all that other fun shit. But if you make Star Wars, we're going to have a talk. So, folks, thank you for watching. Be smart, be safe, be cool. Sign up for a copy of that comic book. We're in the last 12 days now, so before you know it, it'll be gone, and this one will be gone forever. Stealing Solo was a big hit. It has brought in over 100K combined on Indiegogo, so it was a hit. It was an awesome, awesome run, and a lot of people are getting it at the end, so make sure that you guys pick it up because it has an awesome, amazing, hand-painted, in oil, hand-painted cover from Anna, that Star Wars girl, featuring the Fandom Minute. So click the link, find us on social media, use the hashtag Stealing Solo, and get yourself a copy of the book or these awesome Fandom Menace trading cards. Again, I am the artist. They are available until May 2nd, and then after the campaign, they go away. And so, folks, you're going to want to grab those because they have little sections for autographs. So when you meet all your favorite YouTubers, get something signed. And why not have this thing? This is the first thing to take to get signed. So, folks, I'm going to go. I'm going to take care of some other stuff, and I'm going to try to get ready for the High Council later tonight with Mauler. It's a very special High Council, so make sure you guys join us and stay the entire time because it's going to get weird. So I'm out of here, folks. Finally going to leave. I said goodbye 12 times. Bye.
Don't forget to be excellent to each other.